Aloha mai kako, everyone. This is Moana for the Moana Nui podcast, and we are here at Atlantic Comic-Con this weekend in Norfolk, Virginia. Today, we are so excited to talk with Wadeline Venlogh. She is an Olympian, an author, a creator, and we're just meeting her for the first time today. So will you tell us a little bit about, we're just coming out of the Olympics. Track and field is like one of my favorite sports, swimming, like a lot of the different things, volleyball too. I'm a former volleyball player, so I love volleyball. But so will you tell us, like, when you were an Olympian, what was your sport, and kind of a little bit about what was your journey to the Olympics?
So I actually did track and field.
Okay.
Well, I do track and field, and I ran the 400.
Nice.
And so I competed for the 4x4 and for the 400. It was new because it was during the COVID era and there was actually no audience. So I think the most fascinating thing was that they actually put like sound around the stadium and cut out board to kind of imitate like people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
I think that was like pretty cool. It's not the same, but definitely, yeah,
That's awesome. So you ran the 400. This year, I think the one that stood out the most to me was Quincy Hall's victory because everybody thought he was behind and then he just pulled energy out of nowhere. What is that like, running the 400, and like how do you pace yourself when you're competing?
I mean, as a Gamecock, and Quincy's a Gamecock, so by default,
Yeah.
I was rooting for him. And I think he's such a beast. But I think that definitely the strategy is you get out hard, and then you go even faster, and then you go even faster and hope not to die. But with Quincy, it was definitely, I mean, watching him, it was just amazing, you know? But I also think being a Gamecock, you know, as a Gamecock, you fight till the end.
Yes.
And which is what he did. And I think when I was watching it, I think he wanted it, but not wanted it, like he needed it.
Yeah.
And you can see the fight, the grit and everything in his face. But it was definitely, I was at the edge of myself. Come on, Quincy. So I was there like, Quincy, come on. If I could push you, I would. So watching him doing it as a Gamecock, I loved it. It's good for the sport. It's good for the city, and it's good for Gamecock. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, that community backing and like having each other's, back is so good. And it's one of the things I love about the comics community is that we have like a bunch of indie creators today here, some folks who have also done some mainstream work. So how did you find out about Atlantic Comic-Con, and what has been your highlight at the show so far?
I feel like I'm actually at my family dinner for Thanksgiving because Floyd is a Gamecock as well. So I think this is like a family thing. Not I think, it is a family thing. So, he reached out, so when he found out that I released the book, he reached out, I'm having a Comic-Con, you should come. I'm like, you kidding me? Of course I'm gonna be there, And I'm like, wait, should I dress up? Should I not dress up? What should I raise? Man, just come how you are.
Uh-huh.
So, I came like this.
Yes.
I think I came as me. But definitely, that's how I found out. But it's amazing to see all the artworks, all the artists that are there, the amount of works that go into putting an event like that. Honestly, I never really looked that much into, but being a part of it, it's amazing. And I'm probably going to go to 5 more.
So is this the first Comic-Con that you have been to?
Yes.
Okay.
So it was the first, and it's amazing. And I've heard there are like more bigger ones than this,
yes.
but this is amazing.
Yes, there's definitely different stages of Comic-Con, but Darren's done a great job promoting. Like, we've seen him at the other different conventions promoting the con, and he does a good job as well of incorporating the community and the people that come up from within.
Yeah.
So we're really happy to have you here as a Gamecock. You mentioned your book, which is called Strings of Guise.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about this book? Because a bookworm. You can ask Dana. She will tell you Moana's all about the book. So can you tell us a little bit about the story? What genre is it, and what led you to create it?
Yes, obviously I'm in love with it, but maybe it's because I wrote it, but it's amazing. It really is. So the genre is fantasy, action, and adventure.
Okay, you have me.
I'm telling you. And it's an original. So there is a lot of new fantasy creatures, mythical creatures. That's all from here. So I think it's new. So it focuses on this world origins where people have to pretty much go to fight their Berkanam. And their Berkanam can be described as like their demon self. That's made of their flaws, their insecurities, and everything that they wish that they could be. And they can't die. But you can weaken them, but they cannot die. However, they can kill you. And that's just one part of it. So it's a world within a world within a world.
Okay.
And you have people trying to navigate to see how they can cleanse that world just for them to be embarking on like a very dangerous journey. So that's really what it's about. And I don't want to give more away, but the more you read, the more you see the originality of it, and the more you see really what goes on inside my head, maybe how really messed up it is. So if you do sword fighting and you like, mythical creatures and you want to see some of the crazy names that I come up with in the world that I created, then I think it's definitely something for you. If you're looking for something new to,
Definitely. So I know I have to get my copy, but if you're not here at Atlanta Comic Con, definitely check it out. Can people order online?
Yes, they can order it on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Walmart, any major online bookstore, they can get it.
Okay, that's awesome. So it definitely sounds like an interesting concept to me. Do you have a plan that is it going to be a series or is this like a one-shot book?
No, it's going to be a series for sure. This is just book one of the series, but you can also just read that book on its own or you can look forward to the next series. But I doubt that you're just going to want to read just this one. Because my sister, because she was there when I was writing it, and she would be like, oh my gosh, what's next? I'm like, I'm still writing it. So I don't even know what's next. You'll have to wait to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely amazing. And not because I wrote it, but because I know what good looks like. And definitely, it's a great piece of work. And it's also outside of line of what I do for a living.
Okay.
But I definitely do believe that, it's something amazing to be put out there. And what I do for a living doesn't really matter as long as my work are fulfilling it. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I'm definitely excited to check this out. For me, if I become a fan of a series, like I need the box set, I need the hardcover.
You will get it. You will get it. And a gift.
Ooh, we love gifts as readers. Oh, even if it's a bookmark. Ooh.
Well, I do have some as well.
Oh,
so you'll get
nice.
when you get the book.
Okay, yes. I will definitely be purchasing my copy for sure. Let's see. So as a woman creator in this industry, how do you feel about like how women are like claiming space, or do you think we're improving in terms of women perspectives and women's stories? What do you envision for the future, for the next generation of girls coming up?
I definitely, I have big dreams. My dreams are probably bigger than what I'll probably be able to accomplish, but I do definitely feel like I'm contributing to some of the girls growing up to see what they can do, that they can do things that hasn't even been thought of or invented. So I think my biggest dream is for girls and women to not limit themselves to what they can do, regardless of their age or their background or where they're from. And don't just say that you're gonna do the work, but actually start doing it and then make it happen. So that's what I really know. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, we want to thank Wadelineʻs for taking her time with us here at Comic-Con. As you know, we're about to get started. So, oh yes. Before we leave you, where can people follow you on social media so that we can learn more and hopefully get the news when the next book is coming?
Okay, so you can follow me on Facebook. My name is Wadeline Venlogh, right here. WADELINEVENLOGH. Yes. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So if you just type my name, I will pop up. Yeah. And my name is very new, so you may see Wadeline Jonathas, but the Venlogh should get you to my Instagram page.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing some of your time with us. We wish you all of the success today and in the future with your book and your series. And if there's a way for us to help promote your work, definitely we look forward to having you on the show again another time.
I really appreciate it. I enjoyed this. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm enjoying this. Thank you so much.
We enjoy it too. So thank you guys. Signing out from Atlanta Comic-Con. Shout out to Darren. Thank you so much for bringing this to the Norfolk community. And we'll see you guys later. Ahui ho!
So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will.
If this the land of the free, it was a freedom then. When they annexed Hawaii and called it Cedar Lands, without any type of payment and no signing off. Called themselves the Republic in 1894. 1.2 million acres overtaken from the native Hawaiians. When they resisted, the West retaliated in violence and erasure. The Hawaiian language is banned as part of colonialism's plan to expand, yeah.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Olympian as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. The work of all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. We will.
So if we put Hawaii into perspective, well, Black and Asian history is interconnected. Considering the fight with the Pacific, then of course, versus Asia, they was treated as a middleman for war, but didn't let the Western colorism run its course, cause dark skin was a sign of dignity to core. The land was taken in the name of capitalism, when prior to it was an actual kingdom, clapped back at the system.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Olympian as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. The work of all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. So many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves. Can keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. We will.